You've probably heard that 50% of marriages end in divorce, but what you might not realize is that in America, 100 couples get divorced every hour. Because of this, we were tasked with creating a supplement to the Michigan Legal Help website. In Michigan, the average total cost for a divorce is almost $13,000, and about $10,000 of this total is spent just on attorney's fees. And for high asset couples, that total can increase all the way up to $33,000. Why is this cost so steep? The average rate for a divorce lawyer is $250 per hour. A large number of people can't or don't want to pay for this, so they choose to represent themselves as pro se litigants. When people choose to represent themselves, they often turn to Michigan Legal Help, which is a website that provides resources for pro se litigants on a range of legal matters, including immigration, housing, and family law issues. Michigan Legal Help provides a do-it-yourself divorce toolkit, which prepares all of the necessary documents for a divorce. This includes everything from the initial filings to the final proposed judgment of divorce. And the interview process for this toolkit takes about 20 to 60 minutes to complete. The website also provides a comprehensive set of articles that better explains the divorce process. But a lot of pro se litigants are left with unanswered questions, especially those regarding the division of the couple's marital property.
Our challenge was to create a resource that would increase the completion rates of divorce interviews for Michigan Legal Help. We're going to do this through educating pro se litigants about what should be included in a divorce settlement and assist them in actually dividing their assets. We do this through the asset allocation worksheet. It's an application that allows pro se litigants to comprehensively go through their assets and their debts, assign values, and divide their property between the parties. To do this, we use Neota Logic. It's a platform where experts can build systems to streamline their legal work. After extensive training, we were able to build a tool that takes the legal jargon out of the equation and allows pro se litigants to work together to go through their assets and debts. Behind the scenes, it uses a combination of decision trees, text functions, and formulas. It creates a worksheet where pro se litigants can assign values and percentages to their assets and their debts. It looks like this. Pro se litigants can, on one page, without clicking back and forth, go through and again assign values and percentages, reallocate, and allocate as many times as they need to until they are satisfied.
We developed our tool through a series of steps. Using the improvement kata, we continuously improved our product with several iterations. Our first prototype included a scripted set of questions that gathered information from our users, but after experimenting, we deviated from that and came up with the interactive worksheet. With a good understanding of our audience, we drafted all of our instructions and information tabs in plain language, equaling a reading level of sixth grade. We use Open Advocate's Write Clearly tool to ensure this. A product is only as good as the user says it is, so we were able to get real feedback by conducting user testing. We had a total of 12 people test our app as if they were seeking a divorce, and we captured this in a Google form. On the screen, you will see the demographics of our testers. Our goal was to have a test group that was as diverse as our intended audience. As you can see, the age range fell from age 21 to 64, and the highest education was a graduate degree. We received a lot of positive feedback. Almost everyone said that the organization of the worksheet made sense and that the information was easily understood. However, there was a lot of variation in how long it took people to complete the worksheet, but the average was around 9 minutes.
We tried to look at this problem through the eyes of a couple who was starting the divorce process. Here, we called them Jack and Jill. Neither one of them wants to pay for an attorney, and they're trying to keep this divorce process as amicable as possible. We tried to consider what the average middle-class couple has in terms of assets and debts, and we made sure that we included those in our application. Here, our fictional couple has a house, 2 cars, some credit cards, and some bank accounts. This might not seem like a lot, but it is still overwhelming when it comes to dividing it. So we ensured that we included some helpful tips within the application itself. For example, we informed the users that the application is to be used as an estimation, that couples should try to reach as close to a 50-50 split as possible, and to avoid liquidating assets.
So as you can see, they followed our advice. They didn't liquidate their assets. They gave the house and the mortgage completely to one party. The vehicles were split between the 2 parties as well. When they're satisfied, they can generate a report that looks like this. They can save this report, they can email it, and it could be given to a judge or a mediator or an attorney if it ultimately comes to that once they're satisfied. Now, what you might notice is that their allocation wasn't exactly even. One person got the house and they got a car. The app will warn the couple if they do this, tell them that there's a large disparity in the property distribution, and we'll tell them that it's not likely to be accepted. However, if it's equal or relatively equal, the app will give them a green check mark. It'll tell them what the disparity is, and so long as that disparity is less than 20%, it'll give them that green check mark.
In 2018, there have already been over 18,000 divorce interviews initiated, but only about 8,000 of those have actually been completed. Our goal is that our tool will simplify the division of property and debt for aspect of divorce and raise completion rates. Thank you.